Once upon a time at Greendale University, four friends Alice, Bob, Carol, and Dave were known for their close bond and occasional mischief. They were bright students but sometimes prone to shirking responsibilities in favor of fun. One sunny Friday, the four friends decided to skip their afternoon classes and head to the beach instead. They had a wonderful time, but as the sun began to set, they realized they had a big exam scheduled for Monday. Knowing they had no time to study over the weekend, they concocted a plan to deceive their dean, Professor Stevens. On Monday morning, they visited the dean's office, looking disheveled and tired. Alice spoke first. "Professor Stevens, we apologize for missing the exam this morning. We went out of town to visit a sick relative, and on our way back, our car had a flat tire. We couldn't get back in time." Professor Stevens, a wise and experienced educator, listened carefully to their story. He thought for a moment and then smiled kindly. "I understand," he said. "These things happen. I'll allow you to take a makeup exam tomorrow." The four friends were relieved and thanked him profusely. They left his office feeling triumphant, confident that they had outsmarted the dean. The next day they arrived for their makeup exam, each seated in a different corner of the classroom to prevent cheating. Professor Stevens handed out the exam papers, which consisted of only one question worth 100 points. Which tire was flat? The friends, caught off guard, realized the flaw in their story. They had not discussed this critical detail. Each wrote down a different tire. Alice wrote front left. Bob wrote front right. Carol wrote back left. And Dave wrote back right. Professor Stevens collected their papers and, without saying a word, knew the truth. The friends had lied. They learned a valuable lesson that day. The truth is always consistent, but lies often unravel with the slightest scrutiny. From then on, they decided it was better to be honest, for the fear of getting caught in a lie was much worse than any potential consequence of telling the truth. Moral honesty is the best policy, as lies can often lead to unintended and embarrassing outcomes.